Hey guys. All right, so I'm out here with some visitors. I have special guests. My chickens! Aren't they so sweet? You girls are so sweet. Hi. Chick, chick, chick. Hi, chickens. Mandy, look at my chickens. Aren't they so cute? Oh, I love them. Whoa! Sorry. They scare me. I'm a little chicken phobic. So hey guys, I'm outside. Oh boy, she turned around so her bottom is facing me, and that's a little bit of a different situation. Not as comfortable. Okay, chicken, you just don't go doing any bit. Oh my gosh, you guys, if she shoots this camera. I have problems with birds. I'm sorry. I don't mean to keep moving the camera. But guess what? It is day 94 of 100 Ways to Motivate Yourself, and this one is so good, guys. I know it looks like I'm in heaven. I'm really not. But I'm just gonna dive right in. I'm gonna just put my hand up here and make sure that there's enough volume, okay? Because I got kids and they were playing with my phone. Okay, day 94 of 100 Ways to Motivate Yourself, and this one is called Give Yourself Flying Lessons, and it is so good. Okay, here we go. The author starts out talking about how we all need heroes in our lives. Heroes are not a sign of weakness, but a source of strength. Without heroes, we are all plain people, and we don't know how far that we can actually go. Heroes really help us to stretch our imagination to get a vision for who it is that we want to become. Heroes show us what's possible for human beings to accomplish, especially in this world. Heroes unless we consciously choose our heroes in order to use them as inspiration, this is gold, here we go. We simply end up envying great people instead of emulating them. Think about that. How many times have you been in a situation where you might have had envy towards somebody instead of wanting to emulate them? And if you just emulate somebody as opposed to envy, it's a whole different level of like showing up in value and self-motivation for that matter. When used properly, a hero can be an enriching source of energy and inspiration. You can have multiple heroes if you want to. You can hang up photos, write down their quotes. Oh, hi, honey. Sorry, the chickens are aiming at me now. You guys want to see the chickens again? Hi, chick, chick. Ah! Okay, so look at that. I'm easily distracted by shiny objects. Okay, so let me get back to where I was. Where was I? When used properly, a hero can be an enriching source of energy and inspiration. You can have multiple heroes. You can hang up photos, write down their famous quotes, do all these things. You can become an expert on their lives. You can read books on them. You can do whatever you want. All of that in the name of, kind of cascading yourself into the future of your potential. So he talks in the book, he gives an awesome example, and this is where the title comes from with flying lessons. He talks in the book about his sister. He has a sister named Cindy, and Cindy was a really, really shy young girl, but she always studied Amelia Earhart. She loved Amelia Earhart, and his shy sister, Cindy, that's a tongue twister, invited the entire family out one day to the runway to come and see them because she had taken airplane or pilot lessons, and it was going to be her first solo mission, and she totally flew solo in front of her entire family, and it changed her life and brought her out of her shell. And she says that it was because of her impression of her hero, Amelia Earhart, that she had made such an impression on her that she was comfortable enough to step outside of her box. She's quoted his sister as saying, "We grow into that which we admire." Isn't that beautiful? We grow into that which we admire. I hope you guys, as adults, still have somebody that you admire, because I think that is so motivating. He goes on to talk about Napoleon Hill. Now, if you don't know who Napoleon Hill is, he's a famous author. He's classic. I mean, he's long ago. His books are, 70, 80 years. Hi, honey. Old. Anyhow, he goes to talk about how he, the author, Stephen Chandler, was inspired by Napoleon Hill, because when Napoleon Hill first started out, he was an author, but he was a struggling writer and speaker. And so he was just doing something once where he wanted to help a friend of his out who was trying to drum up more foot traffic in his restaurant. So he offered to help his friend out by doing speaking engagements. And while he was doing these speaking engagements, he said it didn't do anything to help his friend's restaurant, but it totally catapulted Napoleon Hill into a situation where he created a large following, because he himself got out there and started to step into what he knew was inside of him to, step and basically fulfill his destiny. So the author says that once he learned that about Napoleon Hill, oh my God, I'm cold, that he too wanted to become a lecturer. He was also an author and he wanted to do lectures and things. So he just emulated what Napoleon did. And he started doing his own guest speaking, his own seminars every Thursday in his own office space. And he said that nobody showed up. In fact, there were many times where he only had like 2 people in the audience. And so he just kept doing it and kept doing it. He totally just emulated his hero, Napoleon Hill. And it got to the point where he too had a calling, or had a following, and people had to wait in line to get into his guest speaking engagements. He says that the awareness of choice in involving our heroes is vital to your own self-creation. Well, I gotta hurry because I'm freezing. We can envy our heroes, or we can emulate them. The best use of heroes is not in the envying of them, or in simply in being in awe of them, but to learn something from them, to let their lives inspire us. They are only people like us, doing like us, but what distinguishes us from them is in the great levels they've reached in self-motivation. I mean, think about it. To passively, do not let the dogs out here, Capella. Sorry, I had to snap into mother mode real quick. To passively adore them is to insult our own intelligence. Instead of looking up to your heroes, it is much more beneficial to look into them. And here's what I have to say. You don't have to look any further than your own reflection to find a truly inspiring hero. That person is inside of you and just waiting to come out. You just need to stop caring what everybody else is thinking. Just go, be you, do awesome. All right, chickens, you guys ready to go to your coop? Chick, chick, chick. Hi, you gonna let me pet you? Oh, I'm petting her. Bye, everyone.